Okay, we're back again with whatever episode this is. I have no idea. I hope to get it done in this episode, but I'm not sure. I think I have double the games left from what I actually did in the previous episode. So let's see. Little Big Planet, the original. This game's trophies are all over the place because I remember, let's have a look, 2011, 2016. Come on, there's got to be a different year in here somewhere. Okay, no, it looks like it turned out alright. I had such trouble finishing this game because, let's see, from memory, the first time I did it, my PS3 died. I lost, it basically ran out, had like the yellow light of death, and I couldn't get any information from it or any data from it because it died. So I found like an address that was near where I lived, and this guy basically managed to get all my data back, which was incredible. So I had all my save files and everything, but then then I tried it again at some point in the future, and I think the next PS3 that I tried died as well. And then eventually I got like a proper new one, and I was able to complete it, but it took a very long time. As you can see, 5 years. Wow, 5 years, almost on the dot. To get it. And yeah, it was like, this game had comparative to Little Big Planet 3, or comparing to Little Big Planet 3, it's totally different. There's just so many more levels, so much more to do. There was a lot of this was my sister's doing. Where was it? Here, create the levels you have published were hearted by 50 or more people, and you were hearted by 30 or more people. Play 150 community levels, tag 50 community levels, heart 10 community. Oh, that one's a bit easier, but yeah, there was a lot of creative stuff that I'm not very creative. So, and she had the idea to try and do it, and it took a long time, but eventually, here we go. I think this one was the biggest. The level you published was played by 50 or more people. So yeah, it took a long time, but we eventually managed to do it, which was cool. So yeah, Little Big Planet, a decent game all around. Very, very kid friendly, and just it's awesome seeing what people created from it. There was a Final Fantasy 7 mod, or not mod, but someone created the story of Final Fantasy 7. I don't know how deep it was, but just hearing that seems crazy to me. Salt Sanctuary. So I've got this on my channel. I played it quite a long time ago, almost up to 2 years now. I like it a lot. I like this game a lot. Some people said it gets unfairly compared to Dark Souls, but it's pretty much that. It's you're a dude, you have bosses to fight, and you go through a very, very, very complicated maze. And if you thought the Dark Souls games had complicated maps and all that, this game is insane. There's literally an episode, I think it's 23 of my playthrough, that I am so disappointed by. I think I made 3 minutes of progress, and then the rest is me just trying to figure out where the hell to go. So I apologize for that. I think I've apologized for that in some other video, but yeah, it's a fun game. It's great, and I'm so sorry that I screwed up on that one. I should have really tried to prepare that episode better, and it didn't turn out that way, unfortunately. Okay, Wipeout HD. Now this one was an interesting one. Another game that came from the what was it? The takedown of the PSN in 2011. So this was one of the free games that we got. I didn't expect to here we go. So I got one in 2011, and then the rest were in 2016. I had this on my profile for the longest time with only that one trophy obtained, and I didn't expect to go back, but I kind of did, and I'm glad I did, because it was fun. This game was really, really fun, and it was really difficult, and there's some really good trophies in here, Zone Zeus is really hard, finish first on all 16 HD tracks. That's probably pretty difficult. This was pretty tough, but it's so fun to try and beat that time. There was some annoying online stuff, which one was it? Here we go. Finish an 8-player online race with all players using ships that are displaying campaign skins. And as you can see, I did that at 5:12 in the morning. That's probably one of the few trophies that I've had to get up at 5 in the morning to do. When I say few, I mean if there's even another one, I'd be surprised. but yeah, I had to get up in the morning, and I did it. I actually won that race. I don't know. Everyone was like lagging behind. I just like straight out. So that was awesome. But yeah, apart from like some of the multiplayer trophies being like frustrating to get because you need so many people, I loved Wipeout HD. It was honestly really, really fun. And I can't even remember the DLC. They were probably pretty easy just based on the vague recollection I have of them. Yeah, awesome game all around. Really loved it. Top notch. Zero Time Dilemma. Okay, it does say PS4 there, so obviously there's a PS4 version. This is the third in the series of games that I was talking about before with Virtue's Last Reward, Zero Time Dilemma. Again, I think it's the weakest in the series, but I don't think that kind of means that it's like a weak game in any way. I think it's still really fun, really interesting. It's always hard to end games like this series and the Danganronpa series. It's very difficult to end them because, you know, it's kind of like Lost, the TV show Lost back in 2004, you know. Everyone really enjoyed the first season and the second season and probably bits of the third season, but then, you know, people started hating it like on the fourth, fifth, and sixth season, and then by the time they revealed like the ending, everyone's like, oh, okay, so that's all it was. So it is really hard to like end a series like that, but it does, I don't know, it is a bit confusing when you make something like Lost, for example. It's like, well, when you write any story, you should have like the beginning and the end worked out from the very start, and then just work out what happens in the middle. At least that's what I know from storytelling, is work out the beginning, work out the end, and then add in the rest. So yeah, I don't know. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. The Nonary games, both 999 and Virtual Last Reward and Zero Time Dilemma, are all worth playing. So if you ever have the chance, definitely play them. Alright, here's some more trophies that I didn't finish in Uncharted 2. I got that's just called DLC. That's funny. I got the Platinum because the Platinum on Uncharted games is not that bad. They don't really, they put like these two. See, this is fine. Complete one competitive multiplayer game, complete one cooperative multiplayer game. That's fine. And I did that all the way in 2009 when it came out. The DLC, I started to work on it in 2016, and yes, more 2016. I couldn't finish it. I mean, it's not really that hard. I think I needed probably, how many people did I need? I think I needed like 4 or 5 extra people to get like, to just sort of grind these trophies out, but I didn't end up doing it. Oh, very close one day I found someone who was able to have like, I think they had like several PS3s, so and I could have got a few more as well, or someone else to help me, and we could have done it, but I was going through some stuff at that stage, so I decided not to. Like I said, I don't know if I'll ever go back to that, or to any of these older ones, but we'll see what happens. Time will tell. Sonic Adventure 2, hooray! One of my all-time favorite Sonic games, along with the very first Sonic Adventure as well. Fantastic game, really, really fun. I love this game and what they did with it, and I don't know, so many people hated on like 3D Sonic, but I reckon these ones were really, really good. And then the DLC was Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, which is really weird because like Emblem Mania was, you know, you had to unlock all 180 emblems, but you could actually collect more than the 90 that you were required to unlock here, and basically push it to close to 180, but you had to still buy the DLC for it. This was the hardest one here. Beat all your enemies in super level in... Wait, was that one or was it in the original? You Are the Legend? 2012, 2013. It was this, yeah, these ones. All 3 of these were really hard because it was all to do with raising chows or KOs or whatever, these little things. That took like... It took you can see it only took about it took about a month actually. Well, okay, I can't remember exactly how long it took, but it took a long time to actually figure out exactly what you had to do. Like, it was so difficult to figure out what you had to do. I had to peruse so many different like forums and game facts type websites and just information, so I could glean exactly all the information that I needed so that I could work out how to do it. It was really, really tough. Like, I actually thought about making a video at the time on how to do it, but I decided against it eventually in the end. But man, it was tough. It was a really tough one. But I'm glad that I finished it and got the 100% because it is only single player. So yeah. Fury. I have Fury on my channel and I love Fury. It's brilliant. I absolutely adore this game. I don't think I'd play it right now because I'd need like a lot of time to practice it, but it was brilliant when I played it. I absolutely adored this game. It was really, really good, and yeah, can't really say too much about it. It was just fantastic. If you haven't watched it, I recommend watching it because it was one of those where I did it really well. I had all the titles ready to go when it came out, and it didn't take me that long. And it's a short game that just requires a lot of patience to actually do. And yeah, obviously it took me like 2 months here because it was one of the games that I did for my channel. So yeah, Grid 2 again, another another title that I just put on because in 2014 I felt like just playing a whole bunch of games. Or I guess I put it in 2013, but I did end up finishing it in 2014. I think some of the DLC was in 2016 though, yeah. So I somehow managed to do this. There was a really tough trophy, I'm sure, or multiplayer based trophy. And I don't remember which one it was. Well, it wasn't even really that hard. It was just, I don't remember which one it was, but there was one that was pretty tough. You had to have a rival, global challenge. It was actually a good game. That's the crazy thing. Like, this game was actually really, really good. This one was pretty tough. I think you completed an online endurance race at Spa-Francorchamps. I don't remember anything about how long it took me, but yeah, it was a tough one. But somehow I managed to pull through and do it, which was good. It's an underrated racing game. I really like that one. Assassin's Creed 3, probably one of the most hated Assassin's Creeds for whatever reason. I don't remember anything about the story. The main character's name is it Cole or Caleb? Something with C. Corey? Not Corey. Probably not Corey. I forgot his name. Is it in one of these? Definitely starts with C, but I can't remember. I loved like George Washington, and I don't know who Putnam is. Benedict Arnold, that's a famous name. And I think what's his face was in this too. Benjamin Franklin. So that was all really cool. I don't know. I really like Craft one of Franklin's inventions. I liked it. I don't know why so many people disliked it, but I liked it. I thought it was fine, and we didn't have to deal with too much multiplayer. I mean, it was in there, but it was. Looks like I did it in 2 days. Yeah, it wasn't as bad, which was nice. So yeah, I liked it. Towerfall Ascension. Man, this game is hard. If you want like all the trophies for this game, prepare to struggle. This one here in particular earned 14 red skulls in quest mode, Thief's Badge, and Massive Mythology. Oh boy. And let me tell you, like, Thief's Badge and Golden Goddess were much harder before, and then they changed the requirements for the and Battle Stenography as well. They changed their Battle Stenography I'm not 100% sure about, but they changed the requirements. Massive Mythology used to be play 20,000 rounds of versus mode. That takes hours and hours and hours. Thief's Badge used to be beat 36 diamond times in trials mode, where diamond times are like the developers' times. It's a fun little game, and I think this one here, Golden Goddess, you have to get all the red skulls. It's a fun little game. I really liked it, but some of the trophies, man, were they hard. And this one was hard as well. To complete the 4 main stages of Dark World mode on Legendary difficulty and on Hardcore difficulty. I think I did, yeah, I just went ahead and did Legendary difficulty. I finished that like during the night. Look at that, 1:37 in the morning. And I practiced so many times, day after day, day after day. Apparently it only took me 3 days, but I don't know. It felt like a lot longer. So yeah, top game, Towerfall Ascension. I think it was the same creators as that new Celeste. So yeah, people are raving about that game, so there you go. Uncharted 3 Drake's Deception, again, I've got the platinum, I did all that stuff, probably same multiplayer trophies, right? Yeah. And then the DLC was just stupid. Way too much DLC. Look at this, like, win 50 matches of elimination. Yeah, in 2011 that would have been fine, but I didn't have a job back then. I probably should have, but I didn't. Well, I was looking for one, it just never came. Yeah, so that one, again, it's another, I think I've talked about Uncharted 3 before. It's like, it's great, it's fine, and the remastered version is fine and great as well. The DLC was, you know, it was really frustrating to go through, and I tried and tried, especially, like, there were two people that I'll give them a shout out. I don't think they'll watch this, but I'll give them a shout out. It's Grottos and House MD. Those two guys, we tried for literally 6 months to like do one of these trophies. I can't remember which one it is. It is, let me have a look. Well, we tried for a long time to get this one here, complete a co-op arena map. I think that took 6 weeks. And then here we tried this one for a very long time as well, get the curator medal while on crushing difficulty. We got close to that, but we couldn't get it. That one was a miracle. I have no idea how we did it. We did that without like the bonuses, like the strength bonuses to your bullets, and I couldn't believe it. It was fun, but it just took way too long. Every Saturday, between like, I don't know, 11 o'clock in the morning and 3 p.m. or something like that, 3 or 4 p.m. in the afternoon. And one of the guys that we played with was American, the other guy was Ghanaian, and I think he lived in England, and so like his time zone was like 12, like midnight to 4 or something. So he was a champion, and so was House as well. So we tried, we never got to finish it, but oh well, it is what it is. Uncharted 4, A Thief's End. The only thing that I couldn't do here on the DLC, like, because obviously I got the platinum, but the DLC, the only thing I couldn't do was to complete or get at least 1 or more stars on all the survival stages on the crushing setting, and get 3 stars on survival stages on crushing as well. It's so hard. It's possible. Like, there's a guy that's done it, and I got pretty close. Like, I think I got 3 stars on crushing on the first 2 stages, and I got close to the 3rd one. There's a guy that's done it, and he is freaking good at the game. Because I tried for a very long time. That one pushed me to the edge, and I don't think I could ever do it. I mean, I guess if I tried and tried and tried more, I could probably eventually get it, but oh god, I put a lot of strain on myself trying to do that myself, and yeah, it was really tough. And you only need like 2 people to help you do this one, but for whatever reason, I kind of just wanted to get it. I mean, no one in my real life like really plays video games as much as I do, so yeah, it's kind of hard to find people to play with in your immediate vicinity. Alright, Assassin's Creed Revelations. This is the one I can check for that trophy that I was thinking of before with the multiplayer. It probably was the one from before. Yeah, it looks like it was the one from before. So that Abstergo Employee of the Month, that was... Is this even... I don't think these ones are even multiplayer. I think they're all single player. Oh, hang on. Oh, there's some multiplayer up here. Earn the incognito. There is no IN team. Obtain 13 different accolades. Okay, these ones weren't that bad. Huh, that's weird. Yeah, I finished them all in 2011. So those ones weren't that bad. Yeah, Revelations, I don't remember anything about it. Again, it's just another Assassin's Creed game. Some of these were probably pretty tough. Look at that, last year. That's awesome. Ah, so that's when I did them last year. And Lost Archive was really cool. Lost Archive is very different. This is actually worth playing. Wow, I finished this all on my birthday. That's crazy. The Lost Archive is worth playing if you ever get a chance. It's not an Assassin's Creed. It's like a kind of a first-person platformer game, and it was fun. It was fun to do. I think you had to, yeah, like make it across the river Styx without failing was cool. Complete the animus testing sequence without failing was pretty tough as well. Break the loop, escape the cycle, that was cool. there was, yeah, experience the loop. Like it's cool. It's really, really cool, and it only takes like 1 day to do, 1 or 2 days. So yeah, top notch. Point two. This is okay. So yeah, this is Kingdom Hearts point two. Let's have a look at a picture. We haven't looked at a picture in a while. There she is, Aqua. So yeah, this is kind of what Kingdom Hearts 3 is probably going to look like. I loved it. I loved it. I loved point two. It was very short, but it was, I think it was well worth it. This was pretty tough. That took several days. I completed it, yeah, just after my birthday. Ambitious took several days to complete all the objectives because there were some really tough ones in there. I don't know why sometimes the picture didn't come up, but I loved the way that it played. It was, you know, it was a little tricky at certain times to get used to it, but for the most part, it was really cool. I'm curious to see what they do with Kingdom Hearts 3. I think they're going to take a lot of, whoa, what, 100%? Oh, wow. That's the first time I've seen that. Begin a journey to escape the Dark World. Every single person that has put this game into their console, or at least activated on their console, has got this trophy. And I realize it's obviously like one of the first trophies, but that is insane. That is insane. 94.5 even have this. Wow. That's insane. Because the reason I bring that up is because I remember listening to a podcast where a guy said, so like 97% of people have this trophy on this specific game, right? And they were like, yeah. And then he's like, well, the thing is, you get that trophy like within the first like 2 minutes. Like all you have to do is like do this, this, and this. And you know, it's like he explained 3 short things. I can't remember what game it was. And he goes, and only 97% of people have it. So that means 3% of people turn the game on, played for less than 2 minutes, and then turn the game off. So it's pretty interesting to see a 100% trophy. That's incredible. Did not expect that. Rise of the Tomb Raider. I don't think I'm gonna get to the end of this in this episode, but we'll see. Rise of the Tomb Raider. Is that the first one? No, it's the second one. What am I talking about? It's the second one. I think they've done a really good job revitalizing what Tomb Raider is. I'm actually really curious to see how Shadow of the Tomb Raider is going to turn out. It looks good from like, you know, the very bare minimum of what I've actually seen. This had very interesting DLC. So you had Baba Yaga, it's a single player experience. Cold Darkness, also single player. Croft Manor, also single player. Endurance, yeah. Well, Endurance, this one was single player, and then you could also do like the co-op Endurance, which I did with my good friend Chris. You can actually see that on the channel if you want. Just go to my Rise of the Tomb Raider guide. It's towards the end. Maybe I got to make titles for that as well. That one would be harder to make. Maybe I should just add like where the DLC is. I'm sure I did that though, didn't I? Maybe I created titles or DLC title. I don't know. It's in there. It's at the very end. It's like the last 10 or 12 episodes or something. That was really fun. And yeah, I mean, co-op is always... Co-op, like, generally is awesome. It's just finding someone to do it with is the hard part. So, yeah, I really like what they did with Rise of the Tomb Raider. I think it was a great step forward from what they originally had. Like, because the PlayStation games were great, and then you had, you know, kind of the later iterations with Angel of Darkness, I think it was called, on the PS2. Then you had, like, Tomb Raider Anniversary and Legend, which I think were, like, basically just on the PC from what I remember. Or if they were on, like, the consoles, I didn't get them for whatever reason. But yeah, I like what they did, and I hope they take it to the next level with Shadow of the Tomb Raider. It'll be interesting to see what happens. Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance, probably my least favorite of the Kingdom Hearts series. But on PS4, because it looks like, look at these pictures, like, look how colorful this is. You know, like, it is, because it looks so colorful and so enticing and all that kind of stuff. It's okay, but it was yeah, it's probably my least favorite. How long did it take me? So 4-3 2. It took me about a month's time, I'd say, close to a month. Yeah, looks like close to a month's time to do it. Decent trophies. Takes a while, but Dream Drop Distance is I played it on the 3DS first, and I didn't enjoy it that much. Like, it was probably the only, in fact, it was the only Kingdom Hearts game that I stopped playing in like 2012, and then I came back to it much later. And then when I played it on the PS4, it was better. But yeah, I don't know. It's one of the weaker entries in my opinion. GTA 4. I saw a video titled "Games that most people start but never finish," and this is definitely the case for this game because I started it in 2011 and I finished it in 2017. So yeah, GTA 4 is. I think one of the reasons no one ever finishes is it. I think one of the reasons that no one ever finishes this game is because it is long, really, 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 really long. It goes for a very, very, very long time. As you can see, I actually, in 2016, when I was doing all the multiplayer stuff, I tried to complete the multiplayer stuff, and I managed to do it in, it looks like 10 to 12 days, with the help of some people that I met online. And when I got everything, I was like, oh my god, I can actually get the platinum for GTA 4. And then eventually I had some time in 2017 and I pushed through and managed to achieve all the remaining trophies. I had to play the whole game again from scratch, and it took a long time, but I did manage to achieve all the trophies, which was fantastic because it is a very difficult platinum. Yeah, 0.2%, that's like almost as low as you can get. The Lost and the Damned was also really cool. I enjoyed that. Nice sort of much shorter story, still pretty long actually, but much shorter story, but great DLC, as well as the Ballad of Gay Tony. Fantastic. This is really fun. Like, this sort of reminded me of like almost like a mod for GTA, which is where you know, like the PC version really shines. I think a lot of people love modding games, and yeah, it really shone for me here. Top-notch game, top-notch DLC. It deserves every accolade it gets. So GTA 4, double thumbs up. Danganronpa, another episode, Ultra Despair Girls. Alright, not going to really go into the trophies on this one. This is kind of a nice break from the traditional formula for Danganronpa. This is more of a... Is it a first-person shooter? I can't remember. It's like a puzzle game shooter, and it might be over the shoulder. I seem to remember there being an over the shoulder element. It's a puzzle game. It's not very difficult. It's not very long. You can finish it in like probably less than 5 hours, even if you're just bumbling around. It gives you an idea of what happens between games 1 and 2. So Danganronpa 1, Trigger Happy Havoc, and Danganronpa 2, Goodbye Despair. Or at least it gives you kind of a bit of information on what happens after Danganronpa 1 specifically. It's fantastic. There's a lot of fan service in this game. So if you like fan service, this is probably the game for you. It's great. It's another addition. It's a different addition to Danganronpa, and it is welcome and I think really well done. So yeah, top notch. Okay, so here's Kingdom Hearts Final Mix again. I actually played it on the PS4. Oh, did I play it as late as April in 2017? That's interesting. Okay. So yeah, I kind of just sat down for... I don't even know when I started it. There is a 3 there. So I started it kind of like in March. Yeah, on the 31st of March maybe. I don't know if there's any earlier. Looks like I started on the 31st of March and I finished on the 5th of May. Oh, sorry. 5th of April. 5th of April. This game can be completed very, very quickly, and I just like blitzed through it because I thought, yeah, I'm gonna blitz through it. The only hard stuff is completing the game without changing equipment and without using continue, and beating it in under 15 hours that's stupid. Like 15 hours is plenty of time. If you're going just from like beginning to the end of the game, it's plenty of time. I love Kingdom Hearts. Hopefully one day I'll get around to completing the other one, Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix. But I don't know. We'll see. I think one day I will, but just not now. Alright, I guess I have time for one more quickly, and then probably the last episode will be pretty short. Letter Quest Remastered. I like this game. This is really cool. If you liked kind of like Bookworm Adventures, which was on the PC like a very long time ago, this is the game for you. You basically just have to make words. As someone who likes words a lot and likes the complexity of words and just how many words we have in the English dictionary, it's really fun. Really fun. It gets a little bit repetitive, and Born to Spell here, 3,000 words is like, you'd be surprised how over the top that is and how many words that is, but I really loved it. It was top game, and yeah, I think it's worth a play. It took me, I finished most of it like within a week with my sister's help. We played it together. It was really fun. And then I finished it completely on the 21st of April last year. So yeah, almost a year ago, but top-notch game. Top-notch game. All right, so there's not many to go. I will finish it in the next episode, I guess. I'll leave it like this and we'll just finish it off next time. So I want to thank you all for watching this episode of Prattling about Platinums. My name is Ultima456 with the Ultimates, and I'll see you next time.